A man had entered an ultra-marathon race to take place in the middle of the desert. The race would cover over 150 miles in one of the toughest terrains on Earth. No one is really prepared for this kind of race. It's not like you practice running hundreds of miles over a several-day stretch. The race would take nearly a week, and the weather was unpredictable at times. Searing heat and unforgiving sandstorms made this competition different from any other. To simply survive a week in this type of environment would be tough, not to mention running that amount of miles. After several days, the man had made good time and had completed over half of the race. Then, disaster struck. Hurricane-force winds whipped through the desert, causing a blinding and terrifying storm. The storm lasted for hours and was so brutal the man thought he might die. Once the storm subsided, the man started back on his journey. He was at a point in the race where he was running alone. No guide or other runners anywhere in sight. Just a lot of sand dunes that all looked the same. As he continued, he began to wonder why he hadn't seen a checkpoint in some time. Pushing on, he realized a horrible feeling. He was lost in the middle of one of the most deserted places on planet Earth. Without proper water, food, and shelter, the outcome looked bleak. Surely someone would come looking for me. But how long will it take for them to discover I'm missing? And how much time will pass before they can mount a rescue mission? The man kept going, hoping that he would run into a small village or someone would see him. Days went by, and he was able to locate a small shelter, but he knew he had to keep moving in order to find his way to safety. Running out of water in the scorching desert, he was forced to drink his own urine and anything else that was a viable source of liquid. Now walking, the man believed he could go no farther, and this would be the end of his life. He pressed on, though, going well past his physical limits and what he believed he could do. A week went by, and the man was still alive and still fighting to find help. He continued on. A week and a half went by, and finally the man was rescued just in the nick of time. Another day, and he probably would not have made it out alive. The race the man was competing in was just over 150 miles in length, and he was past the halfway point when the sandstorm hit. However, when they found the man, he had walked another 180 miles and even crossed the border into another country. An unbelievable feat of endurance that no one would have thought possible. Yet the man was living proof it happened. We sometimes think we can't go any further. We feel we'll reach our limits. But little do we know how much further we may still have left in us. We don't think we can ever finish that important project at work or school. It's going to take much more than I have or could ever give. Yet, you have more power and potential in you to complete 10 of those projects. You just have to dig deep enough to find it. The man had one very powerful tool at his disposal. He had the will to live and the motivation to finish what he started. You have to get motivated to complete your goals and deadlines. You can't get halfway and give up. If you do that, you'll never finish anything because it will always be too hard. You never know how far you can go until you find the motivation to go as far as you are truly capable of going. What you think is your limits may only be the halfway point. Press on, and you'll find the strength and motivation to go much further than you ever thought possible.